Where's Baker?
I don't know, Donald. I'm sure the floor manager knows. I don't really need to know, do I?
Ashley, he fawns around you like a schoolboy with a crush. Or maybe more like a snake on the hunt.
He's utterly ridiculous.
Sure, Ashley. However, we can hardly do the show right without Baker to do the weather.
Right. Check with the floor manager.
So?
So what?
Where should we start?
This a test?
No, I'm serious. What should be the lead story?
The producer says we should start with the fire. The South Street fire.
Sure, I heard what she said, but is it the best lead?
Is this a trick question? Look, you've always said that a fire or a murder are the two best ways to start a show.
Yes, I did, didn't I?
But frankly?
Frankly what?
I said, frankly, I think we should start with the shooting in Fairmount.
Why? Somebody die?
No, Donald, nobody died.
Then why start with that?
Because a fire's dull. Just another fire. Just another fire is all it is. But a shooting is human drama. It's human agency. It's free will gone wrong.
It can be great material with which to start the show. I can see that it's something I would have recommended.
And as you always used to say,
What's that?
start with human drama.
Yes, I have said that, haven't I? I like that you quote me. But a fire can be drama too, and people die in fires as well as from bullets.
Yes, they do.
Well, did anybody die in the fire?
Yeah.
Any kids?
No.
There you go. No kids die means
No lead. Means kids and old people make good drama. Start with the dead kids. Audiences always keep watching if dead kids are involved. Jim, you've been saying the same stuff for years.
And yet it's still true. I know how to bring in an audience, Ashley. I know what viewers want. I'm an expert at this requirement. You can learn from me.
Please, let it go, Donald.
I taught you everything.
Donald, don't say it again. For Christ's sake, don't ever say it to me again.
Why the hell shouldn't I? It's the damn truth. I told you every goddamn thing you goddamn know.
I told you not to say that.
Sure, Ashley, sure. I only meant to help you.
Okay. I'm sorry, Donald. You're right.
I believe in you, Ashley. Thought you were a natural. Just needed a little polishing. A little help.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I lost my temper. Just feeling a little stressed out tonight.
And this is how you appreciate my support for you.
I do appreciate everything you've done for me, Donald. I'm just feeling a little stressed out tonight. So, can we just get back to the broadcast? We have the producer to satisfy. We can start with the shooting. We can mention the fire. That will come up before break.
Good. Now we're a team. We work well together, you and I.
But then after the break, we'll mention the court case.
The court case?
The student and the teacher. The grade.
Human interest.
Let's see. Some teacher has sued the school district.
Viewers hate teachers. Unless we can show a teacher who's working overtime, sacrificing all for her students, they hate them.
In principle, I agree. But the producer wants this story in. Why anyone should care that a student's complaining about his grade is beyond me. But suit names the parent too.
Teacher suing a parent. That'll outrage people. Is there a way that we can get Obama's policies in here?
Isn't that a bit, I don't know, obvious?
You know what I always try to teach you.
Donald, lay off, will you? Wichita was a long time ago.
And it led you to a fine career, all from following my instructions.
Wichita ended badly, and I blame you for it.
It was my plan, I agree, but it was a good plan. I told you how to go about it.
I know, and in the end, we ruined that guy. So what exactly did I learn from you?
Just for once, I'd like you to admit that you learned this business from me.
Jim, I learned the business from you, and I'm grateful. I am. But can we just get back to work? The teacher sued because they tried to make her apologize for giving a low grade.
Oh, the teacher's a woman. Either way, somebody has to hold these young people accountable. Educators have been dropping the ball for years. This teacher may be just what the city needs.
Oh yeah, let's see. Okay, Sonny, go and fix that run-on and save the city. Donalds, have you been drinking?
Ashley, don't tell me you don't see it. The city is run like a third world nation. It's on the road to ruin. Parents give up responsibility. We've already seen that happen. The first generation is lost. When the schools give up, then the second generation will also be lost.
Please, teachers can't save anything.
Damn straight they can't. Teachers have already given up their moral responsibility, and they blame everybody but themselves for their failures.
Are you going to put all of this in your report?
If only I could. Hey, here's the story. An idealistic educator who believes she can make the difference, and that difference is to hold her kids to a standard. Of course, a student must fail, be held back a year, probably drop out, perhaps lead to a life of crime. But standing up to social decadence and intellectual decay is good for the city and good for America.
Wow. I must admit, Donalds, you really can make a story.
You could learn from me, Ashley.
Last time I tried to follow your lead, we wrecked a life.
He was a nobody, a mediocre actor, a weatherman, for God's sake. Like Baker there at every station in the U.S. You'll always find a Baker. That's what that guy was in Wichita.
His name was Harry. Harry. He was a decent guy, and we screwed him over.
Ashley, he didn't understand the business. He had no ambition, but most importantly, he lacked an adequate level of ruthlessness.
Sure. We also have a car fire over in Kensington.
Anybody killed?
The court case? The court found for the teacher.
Strike a blow for civilization.
Oh, this is great. That car fire, the car belonged to the teacher.
No kidding. Do we have anything on the players in the court case?
It says here that the kid comes from Kingsessing. The mother claims that the teacher failed her son.
Leave it to some parent to blame the school system for her failures.
According to the reports from the courtroom, the teacher was all about rigorous standards.
Standards are just what the city lacks.
But the teacher allegedly did nothing but show anti-abortion movies and hand out worksheets for the kids to fill out. Apparently after the 100th or so worksheet, the student rebelled. The kid, Raphael, tried to start a union.
Well, that's absurd.
According to the lawyer for the family, the teacher failed Raphael for attempting to organize the strike.
If a kid can't manage to pass a class filling out worksheets, then he deserves to fail.
What happened to your educator, the savior of our city, and the defender of civilization? Face it, the kid should pass because he showed more initiative than most of his other classmates.
Fine, but what's more important is obedience and order. It's just not reasonable to suggest that a 14-year-old child can know better than a professional educator about what needs to be learned and how he should go about learning it. A student must obey the teacher.
Back in Wichita, I followed your lesson. The result? Harry's life is over. Over, Donald. Is that your idea of learning? Of education? Of civilization?
You got what you wanted. I'd say you wouldn't be here, a major market, if you had decided to resist my direction. Remember, he was a bit actor, a baker. No loss, I say.
We're all actors, Donald. We're all just talent, not reporters. Nothing but talent. There are 100 pretty faces lining up for our jobs, and they all could do them just as well.
But because of me, you have that seat. You should be happy.
We didn't need to screw Harry over.
Okay, people, we're on in 1 minute.
What about the store that was looted in the south end of the city?
After the second commercial, As I've always said, without a person hurt or killed, the story's got to run late in the show.
First the fire, then the shooting, the trial, and the looting. Not too bad of a night, all in all. I think the producer will be very happy.
After the looting, Baker will come in and do the weather. If he shows.
I'm sure he will. The producer will make sure of that.
She's not God, Ashley.
When we're working, she is to us. And she is for Baker, too.
All right, people. We're on in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. I'm Jim Donalds.
And I'm Ashley Martin.
And this is the 5 o'clock evening news. Only if the cabbie hadn't parallel parked.
And the priest hadn't hailed the cab.
We'll be back with weather and traffic after a word from our sponsors.
And we're out.
A priest, Ashley?
What? It was funny.
Audiences can be touchy that way. More importantly, be more careful about your speech. I believe I heard you say less when clearly the sentence required you to use fewer.
You misheard.
I certainly did not. I pride myself on noticing these sorts of things.
The audience would never notice anyway.
Ashley, please. Getting our grammar is crucial, and it is essential to projecting a good image.
I'm more concerned that my makeup is projecting a good image.
Okay, everyone. Good job so far tonight. We're on in 3 minutes. Baker, you're up.
Good evening, everyone. Hello, Ashley. The man with the good news is here. You will not believe the kind of weather we are going to have tomorrow.
Oh, what? The sun will come up in the morning and down in the evening? I hope that's not your weather report, because then I'll really need to worry if the sun does in fact come up tomorrow.
Not this time, Jim. I've got 99% certainty. Tomorrow's weather is going to be fantastic.
I'd like you to be right, Baker. We could all use a nice day.
Trust me, the science doesn't lie. Jim, we're talking about good science here. Are you against science?
I remain skeptical. Maybe not of science, but most assuredly of your meteorological expertise.
I hear an anti-science bias there, Jim. Let me guess. I bet you probably think that dinosaurs and cavemen walked around at the same point in history. Or that the sun goes around the earth.
I'm not a moron, Baker.
How about this one? Evolution? It's just a theory. Or climate change? A hoax.
Baker, what's your point?
Jim, science is important. Science is the only truth that we can be sure of. God, I remember well my old science classes. Thick, musty old textbooks full of pictures of beakers and graphs and germs.
Baker, what's your point?
I can practically smell them now. You know what I mean, Ashley. Moldy, but a little sweet, too. And those worksheets we'd fill out, running our noses along that purple, still-drying ink. My friends and I would swear we were getting high.
I thought in science classes you used Bunsen burners, dissected frogs, and grew mold in little plastic containers. Ran actual experiments.
All this talk about my old science classes is making me nostalgic for my younger days. Hey, Ashley, brought you something. Say, this weekend will be my 10th high school reunion. Should be a good time. I was wondering, would you like to go with me?
You mean a date?
Why, yes, in fact, I do mean as a date.
Oh, how cute.
I don't know, Steve. High school was never something...
Okay, folks. We got a few breaking stories. Jack will get you up to speed.
What we have is a lot of sudden trouble. First, even as we speak, 2 high schools, Simon Gratz and Overbrook, have completely burned down.
Whoa.
And crowds of high school kids are standing in front of them watching them burn. And they're cheering. Add to that, there are major blazes in 3 apartment buildings, 2 in University City and 1 at 9th and Girard. And there are car fires in 4 different neighborhoods, Junetta Park, Kensington, Bella Vista, and East Falls.
An arsonist working overtime?
What kind of maniac?
I'm not done. There's heavy looting on South Street.
Flash mob, I'm sure of it.
And on Walnut Street, near Rittenhouse, gangs of people are breaking into Guess, H&M, Diesel, and Barnes & Noble.
What the hell's happening out there?
There's more. One of the schools that burned down is where the kid went. The one whose parents were sued by a teacher?
Are you saying that...
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Right now, we have some of our people out there trying to find some witnesses to tell us what's making people so crazy. One of our people was attacked and sent to the ER.
I don't get it.
What's not to get, Baker? Chaos is upon us. Armageddon.
I don't know if it's Armageddon, but this is bad.
This insanity was inevitable. People are by nature beasts. Without proper education, obedience, and respect for order, the beast runs wild, and human civilization crumbles.
Listen up. Our guy, right now, he's getting about 30 stitches across his scalp, but he's telling us this is the verdict.
What verdict?
Donalds, don't you pay attention to the news you announce?
Of course I do. What are you talking about?
Teacher sues parent, the judge found for the teacher, and suddenly fires are breaking out, arson, assaults, looting, the book traders is on fire, aka music, burning, Kaplan test prep, burning. Fires are breaking out throughout the city.
What are the police telling us?
They're tracking large groups of young people moving throughout the city. Most of them are walking down streets, smashing in car windows and storefronts. They're too many for the police to handle, so they're just watching them, trying to keep them contained. However, they're primarily targeting schools. Fires have broken out at Fitzsimmons, Edison, Germantown, and Frankfurt, in addition to 2 others that are already burning.
It's finally happening, Ashley. Just like I said it would. The failure of schools today is their failure to teach obedience and order. And the fruits of that failure have finally ripened.
Okay, so everybody's got the news. The producers made the call. This is now a new special edition. Nobody's going home tonight. We're working overtime. Jack, finish your update and get off my stage. Steve, you're up first with traffic, no weather.
But what about my weather?
A fantastic day tomorrow? Baker, I think you'll need to revise your forecast.
I think it'll be more like Smokey with a chance of riots.
Baker, we're doing a special edition tonight. There won't be any weather. Get a traffic report ready.
Traffic? That's the most idiotic job here. And what's the point? More bad news. No, people need good news and they need it now. And good news about the weather is just what I have to offer.
Baker, you're clearly a feel-good kind of guy. You add a little happy sparkle to everyone in the office. We all like that about you.
Jack, I can tell when someone's mocking me.
Good for you, Baker.
You're doing traffic. That's your job. Your monitor's already set up.
Ashley?
Steve, I got nothing. The producer's the boss, not me.
All right, let's see what we've... Christ, nothing's moving.
And you need to let our audience know that.
All the major freeways are closed tight. 76, 476, 676, 95. Also closed with checkpoints. Checkpoints? Grand Avenue? Roosevelt Boulevard? All the major routes are closed. It looks like there's no way into or out of the city.
Looks like no sunny day tomorrow.
Baker, you should be excited. You always do the weather. That's all the producer will ever let you do. Raining, sunny, cloudy, day after day, the same old thing. And you usually manage to get it wrong. No, you can't get the traffic wrong, can you? Perhaps you can. You, of all people, surely can.
Okay, Jim, I get your point. I realize you don't like me. I know you still resent my telling 12th floor about what happened in Baltimore.
Nothing happened in Baltimore. That's my point.
That's the thing. I didn't think it was anything either. I was just joking with a guy about a vague rumor I'd heard. Of course, I never expected him to take me seriously, or for him to investigate it, or for it to look like it was true.
Wait, what happened in Baltimore?
It wasn't true. There's nothing there to be true.
It's okay, I understand, but the important thing is, it's not like I wanted to hurt you. I wanted us to be friends.
What the hell happened in Baltimore?
Ashley, clearly you can see this is a private matter.
Baker, there's nothing to be private about. Nothing happened.
I know, Jim, I know. I'm on your side. I'm taking your position. Ashley, if Jim says nothing happened, then we should take him at his word and respect his privacy in this, irregardless of what we might think otherwise.
Jim, what the hell did you do in Baltimore?
Regardless.
What?
Baker said irregardless. There's no such word. It's regardless.
I know you have my back, so trust me. I've got yours.
All right, folks, here are the latest reports. Get ready.
Dear Lord.
What?
Baltimore, the bastard.
The National Guard has been called in. We now have soldiers stationed throughout the city. More schools are burning down. University City, South Philly High, Little Flower, Ben Franklin.
See that? Oh my God. My high school's burning. St. Joe's Prep. My high school's burning to the ground.
Ashley, I'm sure you'll be happy to know that you won't be required to attend this high school reunion.
You can be very mean-spirited.
Really?
I go out of my way to help you, to protect your reputation.
My reputation doesn't need your protection, Baker.
Jim, I'm not the one working against you. I mean, I haven't told 12th Floor anything about your involvement with Wichita.
What did you just say?
What do you know about Wichita?
Wait.
Jim, you know, the weatherman, Harry Abel, the Facebook page. I have a buddy who works there now. I had to help him out once, so now he helps me.
Truly, I have no idea to what you are referring.
That's my point, Jim. People who put inappropriate pictures of themselves online have only themselves to blame when those pictures come back to bite them.
What do you know about...
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I understand, Jim. That's the best approach.
Baker, it's not an approach.
I understand. It's not your fault if innuendo soils your good name. All this is just between you and me now.
How do you know about...
And Ashley, too, of course.
Steve, what the hell do you know about Wichita?
It's okay, Ashley. Calm down. It's okay. Nobody's going to find out about Wichita. It'll stay between the three of us.
Okay, people, we're on in 30 seconds, all right?
Okay, guys. That'll be me. Wish me luck. You know how nervous I get on the air? Every time's like the first time I went in front of the camera. Gosh, it's so fun being on TV. I'm glad we three are here together. It's good to work with people I trust. With friends.
Okay, Steve, make this good. It's a real mess out there. 5, 4, 3.
Good evening, this is Storm Cloud Steve Baker. In a moment, I'll have the upcoming weather, but first, some important traffic news. Okay folks, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but all major freeways are shut down, all lanes are closed.
Why the hell would you tell Baker about Wichita?
I didn't. Why would I? What would I have to gain?
Exactly, what did you have to gain?
Stay right in front of your television right here for all your important updates. We'll be right back after these short messages.
And we're out. Good work, folks. We're on in about 4 minutes.
We're not done with this conversation, Donald. I need makeup. Where's my makeup?
Baker, look.
What do you think, Jim? It's pretty incredible out there. This is real, Jim. This is incredible. This is real.
Sure, Baker. Look, we need to talk.
Sure, what do you need?
This thing about Wichita.
I told you, Jim. I'm on your side about that. I hate how a person's reputation can be destroyed so easily.
Sure, but listen, you have to keep Martin in mind. I know she seems like a sweetheart to you. I know you're drawn to her charms, but really, she's a shark. Totally ruthless.
Really? She seems so sweet to me. Sure, she maintains that cool exterior at work, but I sense a tenderness underneath.
Look, Jim, you have that all wrong. We worked together in Wichita. I know her. That cool exterior? She's like that to the core. And she wasn't a minor player. She had a central role in that mess in Wichita. She even worked the system to try to get me fired. Frankly, I'm afraid of her. And I think you should be too.
I don't know, Jim. She seems real sweet to me. That's just so hard to believe.
You do what you want. I'm not your mother, but I'm telling you she is cold-blooded and ruthless. And she totally destroyed that weatherman, Harry. A really nice guy like you. She's a real devil.
Wow, you'd never be able to tell by looking at her. It's just so hard to believe.
Believe it. Oh, and about that Baltimore thing.
I told you, Jim, you know I'm on your side about that.
I'm not exactly sure what you heard, but like Wichita, it's all rumor and innuendo.
That's what I thought, too. I mean, it's just not possible you would have left your cameraman behind like that. From what I'd heard, that gang was out for blood. Obviously, you're no coward.
That's right, Baker. I wouldn't have abandoned my cameraman to those vicious hooligans. I tried dragging him to the van. Those thugs were carrying clubs and boards, baseball bats, and even guns. Christ, he had to stay to get the footage.
My word.
You know how these news photographers are, always eager to stay for that prize-winning shot. He screamed, "Go!" get out of here. Just come back to get the camera. And then he shoved me into the van.
Wow. It's true what they say then. You really can't trust pictures. This footage of you makes you look totally different.
What footage?
Jim, there's this footage, maybe 10 seconds, of what looks like you, jumping into a news van, driving away. A cameraman chasing behind you going, "Wait, stop, don't leave me."
There's footage? How could there be? Let me see that. There can't be any footage. I'm sure of it.
Okay, folks, 1 minute. Places, everybody.
It's amazing how so everywhere cameras are nowadays. It's really hard for any mugger to get away with any kind of crime. I really think our city is safer for it, too.
How could there be footage? We were alone.
Really weird, huh?
How the hell did you get it?
Jim, you seemed a little stressed out about this. Relax. I've got you covered. All this footage stuff, it's between you and me. You'll see, Jim, my good friend. This'll all work out fine. Just sit down, relax, pay attention, and follow my lead.
People, the producer's here, and we have new troubles that she would like to discuss with us all.
Good evening, everyone. First, let me thank you for all your hard work. It's an awful night for our fair city, and I'm sorry to say that for our good station, it just got a lot worse. At this moment, we have a large mob gathered outside our building. Maybe 800 people, and it's growing fast. Now most of the power is out across the city, and we're running on emergency power. The mob is armed and carrying torches.
Torches? For God's sake, what are we? Frankenstein's castle?
They're shouting and chanting, but frankly, we can't tell what they want. All we can hear them say is no, no, shouting over and over again. However, we do have the doors barricaded. Nothing's happened yet.
But where's the National Guard? We need help!
We can't really say, Ashley. The entire city is collapsing. Our guess is that our station is just not that high a priority.
Wow, this is incredible. This is real news. We need to report this.
Yes, we have a show to do, and we must do our best even in the worst of circumstances. So I leave you to what you do best.
Here are latest scripts. I can tell you now what we have. Riots have broken out all over the country. New York, D.C., L.A., Seattle, Chicago, Atlanta, Houston, Boston, more all the time. Schools and bookstores are burning, and hundreds of people have been killed. The guardsmen are overwhelmed.
Oh, we've got to bring in the regular army.
The president's declared martial law.
It's the end of it all. I knew that chaos was on the horizon. We're doomed. I told you, Ashley. Without a firm hard line, human civilization will collapse.
Really, Jim, we have a duty to perform tonight.
What difference does it make?
Dolls, the producer is here with us now. She's watching. We have a responsibility.
Jim, we each have a role to perform. You and I, we were made for this. It's no longer for appearances now. We're no longer just actors. This is the real deal. We have to appear on those TV sets throughout the city with our faces bright and our voices steady.
Yes, Jim. It's exactly like you told me back in Wichita. Remember? No matter how bad things get, we must keep up our appearance. Remember that from Wichita at least.
Speaking of Wichita, have you heard of a man named Abel, Harry Abel?
Yes, he worked with us in Wichita. He was a baker, a weatherman there.
Something happened to him, if I recall? Killed himself?
Yes, actually, he did kill himself. I never heard of this story until just a few hours ago. I received an anonymous email. All it contained were a pair of web links. Naturally, I clicked on them. The first one sent me to a story from the Wichita Eagle, the city's main newspaper. The story was about the death of the station's weatherman, Harold Abel. Naturally, when I receive an anonymous email with links that give me more questions than answers, I'm compelled to investigate. So a little work on the web and a few phone calls, and I found some interesting information. Let's see what you make of it. Turns out Abel had been a regular guy, upstanding and collegial. A real team player for the Wichita station. Until suddenly he started coming to work drunk and getting arrested. I even found a police report due to domestic violence. Seems he attacked his girlfriend. The show's producer had to let him go. Turns out his family had a long history of alcoholism. Both his parents and his sister drank themselves to death. According to his remaining brother, before he started dating this last girlfriend, he never had a drink before in his life. That Abel and his girlfriend were real drinkers, but his brother didn't know who this woman was.
Wow. A woman like that sounds downright despicable. Don't you think, Jim?
Sure, Beck. Sure, Steve. I do think so. A real narcissist, at least.
Come on. We don't know this woman's story. How can you be so sure?
Well, Ashley, it would seem to me that if you were dating a guy like Abel, then you would learn right away that he shouldn't be drinking. Hey, Jim, did you know this Abel? Did you ever socialize with this guy?
No, I can't say that I ever did, Steve. However, Ashley, I seem to recall that you and he were friends. You drank together, didn't you?
Yes. I drank with him. Maybe once or twice at happy hour. But a bunch of us did. After work. I knew him, obviously. We both did. But that hardly makes us friends. But I see where this is going. Well, I'm not responsible. He was an adult and he could decide if he wanted to drink or not.
Interesting. You see, my curiosity is piqued. Who was this girlfriend? What could she tell us?
No sign of her, I imagine.
Actually, I have a lead.
You? A lead?
Two of them, in fact. The first was the email address the links were sent from. Whose was it?
That's what I would like to know.
It took me a little digging, calling in a few favors. Turns out the email address was registered to a James Donalds of Wichita, Kansas.
Well, I don't even know, What? It can't be. I don't even have an email account for my Wichita days. How can that be?
Good question. Two explanations. The first is that someone used your name to set up an email account connected to you without you knowing. Second is that you sent it. My inclination is to go with the easier excuse. You sent it, didn't you, Jim?
Incredible. Jim, you sneaky devil, you.
You bastard. What dirty trick are you trying to pull now?
Ashley, please. There's some mistake, I swear. I don't know what Jack is talking about. Let's not discuss this now. We'll talk later.
You have balls, Donald. Your deviousness knows no bounds.
Ashley, please. Not now.
No, now, Martin. Because there's more. That anonymous email that started this small investigation, it had a second link. Turns out it's to a Facebook page. The thing is, Martin, your image is all over that page.
What? That's impossible.
Yet there you are, and it's you all right. Drinking, partying, pawing a blonde, clean-cut guy who I presume is Harold Abel.
Jim, tell them. Explain it to them what this is really about.
Yes, Jim, tell us. What do you have to add here?
Ashley. Really, Martin. I didn't know that you could stoop so low.
What? Donald, you backstabbing son of a...
Jim. Ashley, I didn't know you could be so bad. Wow, Jim, it's just like you said. I can't believe it. She is ruthless. But did you know that she was this ruthless?
Yes, Steve. I did. She's capable of anything.
Donald, it was all your plan. I never wanted to hurt that guy. I trusted you. You were supposed to be my mentor.
You mentored her? And this is how she uses what you taught her?
Bigger, you don't know me, so just keep your cheap speculations to yourself.
Yes, Steve, that's right. I was your mentor, Ashley. I taught you to be ethical, and this is how you used what I taught you.
This is crazy. Dolls, I never wanted to hurt that guy. It was all your plan. You were the one who taught me to be ruthless. You came up with the plan. You taught me to be ruthless.
We all recognize Donalds as being an ambitious man, but this is beyond ambitious. Actually, you slept your way into the anchor position. These pictures on the web...
Folks, we've got bad news. The mob is attacking the main doors in the lobby. We don't know how much time we have, but they're coming.
Dear God!
No.
My good people, when we do the news, we can only expect to draw the ire of others. Sometimes it's government, sometimes it may be corporations. And there are times such as now when the very people themselves, those we have striven to serve, reject our message and assault the messenger.
But is there no other way out?
It may be time for us to take a moment to prepare.
Why us? Why here? What do they want?
Ashley, what does any mob ever really want? Satisfaction.
Baker, you moron. We all want that. But This mob, it's school kids and their parents. What do they want with us? We're just newscasters. We're just actors.
Ms. Martin, we are most disappointed in you. You are here to represent us to this great city, and what we have come to know is a tawdry thing. We can no longer have you as one of us.
The mob is about to break into the lobby.
We must give them what they want.
They want satisfaction. Satisfaction now!
To give satisfaction has always been our purpose, and thus we must satisfy them.
But how, for God's sake? How?
Someone must be sacrificed.
We must sacrifice one of us. It'll be you, Martin.
What? No, you. Please help me.
We cannot shelter you. You are no longer employed by us. You are now merely one of the mob, and thus...
You must be given to the mob. Ashley, Jim warned me about you. I stood up for you. I wanted to go out with you. But I just didn't know how you could be so...
You're nearly through the doors.
You must be taken to them now.
No, get off me. I'm innocent. Please, Jim, help me. I trusted you. You're my mentor.
Ashley, you went too far. Don't blame Jim because you went wrong.
Yes. Don't blame me.
Dear God, did you see a look in their eyes?
Yeah, I know.
Crazy beast.
It reminds me of a time I was at an outdoor rock concert.
Baker, what are you talking about? This isn't some rock concert. This is real. These people are out to destroy whatever they get in their hands.
We gave them Martin. Maybe that'll satisfy them.
Well, is it working? Are they satisfied yet? Is the mob leaving?
The mob is cheering. Wait, my God.
What's going on out there?
Spotters on the roof say they see Ashley. They say she's shouting at them. They're cheering her on, whatever it is she's saying.
What's happening?
Oh, God. This is bad. This is really bad. She's leading them into the building.
Who would have thought? Ashley Martin, leader of the masses.
Baker, I don't know how, but I know it. This is your fault. I know it. You're going to get us all killed.
Maybe. But you must admit, it's beautiful. Gloriously beautiful.
Beautiful? What are you talking about? What could you possibly mean? These people are out to get you. I don't understand it. What could you possibly gain?
They're coming to the studio right now. They're using all 4 stairwells. We're doomed.
Quick, to the studio doors. Barricade with whatever you can find.
It is done. We required it.
It's your show, madam. Yes, we each play our small role. We are the engines that make it happen. But you, madam, make the show possible in the first place.
But Martin, Donald, Redmond, each is an agent of his own life.
But not me? No. In the end, I'm not a free agent, am I? I am made to do just as I have done.
Of course, Mr. Baker. The mob comes.
Yes, madam, they come. Like the 4 horsemen, they come.
We are pleased. We will soon begin again. A new station. A new audience. A new story.
Yes, madam.
Until next time, Mr. Baker.
Until next time, madam. Good evening. I'm Stephen Baker, and this is the Evening News.